Okay, so this one, now we are done with the two dimensions. First one, fluency. Second, flexibility. Now, originality. So the originality, what is it about? We go to the rubric descriptors to check what we are to observe. So here we are checking novelty and then non-routine ideas. So the teacher should show some kind of originality, not just copying directly from the curriculum or the usual um, textbook activities. So here we are checking the differences, not the, the work as usual, right? So what are we supposed to check? Let's check the written notes. So look for non-routine, context-rich, or imaginative instructional ideas. So original ideas must still be scientifically and pedagogically sound, right? So this is what you have to remind yourself of. And then some common mistake to avoid is that you do not reward novelty that weakens curriculum alignment. So you make sure that if a teacher shows some kind of new modification ideas, it still suits the final lesson objectives. Then when to flag if an idea is interesting but may not fit the indicator. So you don't count that one or you don't consider it. So some of the this one of the evidence notes you can consider. The activity uses locally available materials in an uncommon but relevant way. See, so this is under your discretion. So if you believe that some activities were unique for you, you just have to put the evidence there, the reason why you think it's so unique, and then why you want to rate it the way you want it. So these are the dimensions to consider. The ideas are copied directly from common textbook or syllabus examples. So that will be rated as one, non-creative. Occasionally or unconventional, but most activities are common or weakly connected to content or learners' realities. Okay, so remember each of these lesson plans were designed under resource-constrained environment. So you have to bear that in mind too. And then the third one, uncommon imaginative ideas that remain aligned to the natural content and then learner context. And then for the highly creative dimension, so considered highly original, context-rich ideas that depart from the business as usual, yet remain pedagogically useful or sound. So let's check the lesson plan, what was demonstrated. So beginning with cautioning, um, you know, even though it uses cautions, but check out the caution teacher adds. This is quite interesting and unique, right? Because even though this is for class 7, it is possible they have learned about planets before, but then to think about which of them they would like to relocate to, knowing that these modern times people actually they want to settle on Mars. So it's such a creative caution style. Then you show here a video and image. These are common, right? Usually when you are teaching abstract topics like this one, these are the common activities teachers demonstrate. So this is not anything unique. Using flashcards is a common thing, and then giving explanations. But the fact that they are using this doesn't mean they are not creative. But the actual instruction they demonstrated over there could be considered, right? But here it wasn't detailed enough. So we just show one a minute video or image slideshow of the solar system, which is just um, so generic. And then with a diagram, presentation of diagrams to show the planets is just a common practice. then discuss each planet briefly with the learners, discussions, but it wasn't detailed, so we cannot consider it to be um, a more creative or original. So the use of flashcards, but then the information on the flashcard, they were just the normal things. Then learners work in pairs to fill in comparison charts. So here, fill in a comparison chart of the four planets. So like it does not actually give any detail how they are going to fill in the comparison chart, right? So you cannot actually judge, but it depends on you. If you think this idea is really smart, you can come to it, right? But and then assign students to draw and label. Drawing and label is a normal practice for testing students' understanding in our local context. So let's see which of these areas the originality actually fits. So ideas are buying out like just one idea, or they were just copied directly from the common textbook or syllabus. But this one, it didn't demonstrate that, even though most part of the phases were just a normal classroom routines. But if you check here, occasionally there were some different modernized ideas, especially with the first one, where he asked where they would like to relocate to, which planet they would like to relocate to if they are given the chance. So uncommon imaginative ideas doesn't mean aligned. Here, it wasn't consistent throughout the phases, so it doesn't fit this area. And then highly original, context rich that depart from business as usual. So it doesn't fit any of these areas, right? Yeah. But all these dimensions are subject to modification. If you realize that at some point some of these dimensions are contradictory, we can discuss and then remodify it. Yeah. So that is how the work is going to be done. So at this point, I believe that it fits in the second dimension. So originality, I would check two. And then my reason is that apart from the first one, which occasionally the teacher mentioned, so when we check occasional or unconventional idea, but it wasn't consistent. If it becomes consistent, then we consider it to be either maybe creative or very creative, right? So this point is my note. So the opening planet choice question is engaging, but most activities are common for solar system lessons, especially using videos, flashcards, charts, and tables. It doesn't mean whenever a teacher is using these ones, they are not creative. But if they put the actual activities they want to use these flashcards for, or these materials, you have some fair ideas how creative the teacher wanted to apply these materials. So it doesn't mean you have to keep changing the materials to be creative. You can use the same material, but in application of it will show how creative the teacher is. So that is for the originality.